Kinunners and Blaze, and welcome to a rather ruffly sounding me.
It might be.
With the 68th.
Well, it will be.
The 68th podcast episode.
Yeah. Indeed.
Yes, I'm having a lot of technical difficulties at the moment. I got a new computer, and I'm struggling with
And
things.
everything is broken.
Everything's all over the place. My main mic is worse than this one. This is my lapel mic, and it's really bad compared to what it usually is. And I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with drivers and all sorts, and we don't have time.
Everything's all over the place.
We didn't have time, therefore I was like, you know what, let's go.
It'll work well enough.
Therefore, for this podcast and probably some other videos, yeah, it's going to be shocking.
It's gonna sound a bit weird.
For a little bit. I apologize. I will try and get it fixed. I don't know what's going on.
No idea.
Anyway, number 68.
Yeah.
That's what we're on. Little things? Do you have little things?
No.
I have little things. Gex, the Gex trilogy.
Oh yeah?
It was rated 74 on Metacritic.
Okay.
Yep, I thought I'd let everyone know.
That's not bad.
Joy-Cons are auto-disabling rumble for some people.
Are they?
The Joy-Cons too, yeah.
Why?
Well,
I guess I haven't figured that out yet.
It's built in that, like, if it's like vibrating non-stop for like a minute or two or something like that, they'll simply turn it off.
Oh. Okay.
Which is interesting. I don't know.
Certainly a choice.
Yeah. I have to go for the Switch hardware news, I guess. Some people's Switch 2 batteries appear to be swelling.
Okay, what does that mean?
Literally that, the batteries are like puffing up at the back of the Switch.
I see. That is interesting.
Some of those things. And then the last thing for Switch hardware, I think, out of my list here, 2,810 Switches were stolen from the back of a truck during transit.
Sorry?
2,810 Switches were stolen from the back of a truck during transit.
How?
100%. I believe the guy stopped at a truck stop and found that it had been broken into at one point.
What? How do you not notice that before?
I don't know.
It's definitely... Okay.
That's multiple pallets of Switches, like...
Yeah. That's something.
2,810 Switches.
That's a lot of Switches.
It's not wrong. Gosh.
I don't even... Like, do people who are, like, going to receive those Switches, like, do they just sit there and be like, oh, you might have to wait for, like, another few months?
I think to one of the GameStops or something over there.
Oh, okay. Alright then.
That's bad. That's... Oh gosh. Anyway, yeah, that's the Switch 2's like hardware talk, I guess.
Okay.
Gosh, I was jumping around.
Everything's breaking.
Microsoft. Two things from Microsoft. One, Microsoft and AMD have released a video together talking about next generation already.
Sure.
My gosh. And
you do that, Microsoft.
I don't know what it is with hardware leaking, especially for Xbox and Switch and Nintendo. The Xbox Quest 3S VR headset has
leaked. Oh my goodness. Really? How do they keep doing this? How does this keep happening? What? Who has an inside job as a leaker or something? Like, what? They're just like, yeah.
Not even both the headset and the box have been leaked.
What? Okay. How does that even happen? How do you not have that kind of thing on lockdown? Like,
like 95% sure that this thing will not be compatible with an actual Xbox console.
Oh, yeah.
And only PC.
I don't, yeah. Yeah. I imagine, like, all the stuff it runs is just way too powerful for an Xbox.
Like one to say, because like PlayStation have always tried to make their own VR headsets.
Yeah.
And I thought a fun thing that Microsoft could have done with the Xbox is simply have like compatibility on the Xbox for like Steam VR or like
Yeah.
Oculus and or Meta, sorry, and all that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that would have been a neat way to do it.
I guess not. I don't know, maybe
Then,
someone will leak its compatibility.
maybe next thing that will leak will be like the Xbox PlayStation console. Who knows?
It's a hybrid.
Between the two.
Oh my goodness.
Xbox, Nintendo Switch.
No.
It'd be funny if like Nintendo released. I don't know why that made me think of this, but it'd be funny if Nintendo released a special edition for the normal Switch, like the Switch 1, now that the Switch 2 is out. It's like, okay, sure.
They probably would, honestly.
Probably. They did that with the 3DSs when the Switch was out, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't know how this keeps happening. Why do these things keep leaking? Where do they come from? We'll
Who
never
knows?
know.
How does
Anyway,
this keep happening?
now some Sega news, I guess.
Sega.
Sega. We'll talk about CrossWorlds in a moment.
Yeah.
Sega has more leaks. There's been a leak at Sega for 6 years worth of sales data for some of their games.
Okay.
Again, leaking.
Yeah.
Should I go from bottom up? Actually, I should. Shouldn't I?
Probably.
Yeah, we go from bottom up. Number, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think there's 11.
Yep.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Something
Yeah,
like
11.
that.
That's over the last 2 years. Yeah, it's got like it's set out. It's like laid out with like how many years it's been selling for, and then how much it's gotten over those years.
Yeah.
There we go. Before we go, number 11, the Dragon Guide, the
Yep. Okay.
60,000. That's only been going since 2024.
Yeah.
Then Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth at 1,660,000.
Wow. Is Like a
Then,
Dragon that popular?
then at number 9, Persona 3 Reload at 2,070,000.
Uh-huh.
Then at number 8 is Shin Megami Tensei 5, including the Vengeance DLC at
Shin Megami
2,110,000.
Okay. Above
And then
Persona.
at number, what did I say?
Choice.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7.
Seven?
At number 7 is Total War Warhammer 3, which I didn't know was a Sega game, at 2,340,000.
Sure.
Number 6 is Sonic Superstars
No.
at 2,430,000.
Right.
And then Yakuza Like a Dragon is 2,860,000. Then
Okay.
Total War 3 Kingdoms at 3,210,000.
I don't even know what that is.
And then at number 3 is Team Sonic
Yeah.
Racing
Oh.
at 3,500,000. That sold more than Sonic Superstars.
Wow. That's... Well, okay.
I thought nobody played Team Sonic Racing.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Sonic Superstars has only been out for 2 years, where Team Sonic Racing's been out
Yeah.
since a while.
A very long time, yeah.
2020 or something. Yeah, and then Sonic Frontiers is at second, with 4,570,000.
Yeah.
Remember that number, 4 million.
4 million, okay.
And number 1 with 7,250,000, massive jump, is Persona 5 Royale.
Okay, just a casual 3 million more.
And it sold more last year than it did the year before it.
Really? Very interesting. I do find it rather weird that Shin Megami Tensei is above Persona 3.
I'm surprised that Persona 3, like, not that 2,070,000 is bad.
Oh,
But, like,
it's
I'm
not bad. I'm
surprised that
surprised it's
Persona
there,
3 is
though.
that low.
I'm surprised it's there. Like, 5 makes sense. But I don't know, maybe I'm just not thinking in terms of Sega, I guess.
I don't know. I like the massive difference between, like, Persona 5 Royale and Sonic Frontiers. Like,
This is a casual 3 million.
Team Sonic
What are you
Racing
gonna
is
do
right
about
under
it?
Frontiers, which...
Yeah, that's just...
Play that.
Yeah, no one ever talks about it, at least.
Exactly.
Maybe that's why.
Oh.
Maybe everyone's just like, keep it quiet. It's way better than everyone realizes.
Exactly. No one wants to, no one's allowed to talk about it. They have to stay quiet.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't know, that's amazing. And then, again, like I said though, something else that leaked.
Yeah, no idea.
No clue.
No idea how that keeps happening.
That's 6 years worth of sales data. I wish Sega would show off their sales data more.
It would be interesting.
I guess the other interesting thing as well is the fact that Sonic Superstars performed below their expectations.
Yeah.
What did I say, was like in the 2 millions or something?
Yeah.
Which was like
Below their expectations.
what they were expecting. What?
No idea.
Expecting it to be above Frontiers, like...
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting. Interesting, Sega. Anyway, and then with more Sega news, CrossWorlds. We'll talk about SpongeBob in a moment, very quickly.
Yeah.
However, other than that, there's some news about... it looks like the full game of CrossWorlds and the Switch 1 version of CrossWorlds will both be on the Switch 2 cartridge.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. They're not going to be using a game key card like they did with Sonic Cross Shadow Generations.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting. That's what it looks like. Maybe, at least. That's what it...
Maybe.
If you look at, like, the
yeah.
trailer where it shows it, like, down the bottom where it has, like, the white text. If it's, like, fully white, it's usually a game key card. However, if it's transparent, it usually means it's, like, the Switch 2 edition.
Oh.
And it's a transparent one.
Yeah.
Maybe someone made an error in the trailer? Who knows? However,
Interesting.
at the very least, at the moment, it looks like it's going to be the... like, the... on there, which is nice.
Yeah.
I think there's been a lot of problems. I think a lot of the game keycard games have not been selling that well.
Yeah.
Which doesn't surprise me.
That doesn't surprise me either.
Because people don't want them. Like,
Yeah.
people want the full games to be on the cartridge whenever possible.
Yeah. That's just normal.
Yeah, exactly. Therefore, it'll be interesting to see where that goes now from here. I guess.
Yeah. Probably
Hopefully
a lot
more
less.
games will start having them on the cartridge, or they'll re-release
Yeah.
some games that will, like, that were on game keycard with the ones that on cartridge instead.
Yeah.
Who knows? Literally, like, who does know?
Literally, who knows? Yeah.
Someone, please tell me. Let me know.
The leakers probably know.
Oh gosh. Anyway, then yeah, the last thing is, I think we even talked about it in the podcast at one point that SpongeBob was already leaked for
SpongeBob.
CrossWorlds. There's been a trailer for it, and it's
SpongeBob.
interesting.
And
Is it
Patrick.
me? I don't know if it's only me or not. However, the CrossWorlds tracks.
Yeah.
Like the tracks for the CrossWorlds stuff, especially like Minecraft's one felt jarring. However, I was like, oh yeah, it's because it's all blocky and stuff.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense. SpongeBob's one looks really out of place as well.
I think that's just because it's so different to Sonic specifically.
Yeah, or because there's things where like when they're bouncing across the jellyfish are like really
Yeah,
sharp
that
and
just
jagged.
looks weird.
Like,
I'm not sure why.
it almost looks like for some reason like the SpongeBob one is like really low quality. If you look at like
It does. I noticed that in the background in the beginning.
yeah, like the grass next to the jellyfish as well is like a flat grass texture.
Unless they specifically did it to be stylized like that, but I'm not sure why they would.
I don't. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It looks really, considering all the other tracks we've seen in this game look like pretty darn good. I don't know.
When
It
they're
is very
doing,
odd to
like,
see this and be like, what's
Tricks or
going on?
whatever coming out, it's very... It reminds me of the PlayStation game.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what they were going for.
maybe. Who knows? The other thing I wanted to talk about mainly from this trailer as well is right at the start.
Yeah.
And I kind of knew this was going to be the case because there were some pictures on like the stores and stuff like that. Seaside Hill again.
Yeah.
Again. Casino.
Yeah.
The casino stage again.
Yeah.
How many times? This is the 4th time.
So long as it doesn't have the casino music. Or at least make it different.
It better not be the same layout again.
Oh my goodness, I hope not.
Like, they keep doing that every time. It's like, why? Stop it, please.
Honestly.
Oh gosh. And like, I understand like some of their theming and stuff like that with different things. Oh yeah, that's right, Squidward as well. We'll talk about him in a moment.
Squidward.
We won't talk about
Yeah.
hamburgers.
No. I'll talk about hamburgers.
Exactly. There'll be a whole video dedicated to hamburgers.
Yes.
Might not be a very long one, however, it'll be a video nonetheless.
No, yeah, exactly.
Oh gosh.
Exactly.
How about like the Krabby Patty like place? What's it called? Krusty Krab. That's it.
Krusty
And they go
Krab?
through, and Squidward's like the size of like.
Squidward is a giant. Also, I don't think breaking through the doors would...
No.
I didn't talk about this in my own video.
No.
Breaking through the door would not do that.
Breaking
to
through the
frame.
doors would one smash anything.
The
It would simply
entire
break the
frame?
door and like go through the door. Considering the size of those doors, why didn't they simply have the doors open? Why did they have to smash through?
Exactly. Maybe it was closed.
The fact that it breaks the wood in the same like shattered pattern as the glass.
Exactly.
And then where does
Anyway,
the glass go?
moving on. It just... Yep. Turns back into sand and disintegrates. I don't know.
It like disappears from view very quickly. It looks like something like it reminds me of like there's like a quick explode option in Blender when you're 3D animating. It looks like that's what they've added to it. It's like
looks
here's
like
your quick
that.
explode. Go.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know, it's very
Is there
very
a
strange.
red
Where are
ring
all the
in this
tables?
trailer? That's what I was just wondering. Is there a red ring in this trailer? Were they in there before?
I don't know, there's been there's been red rings in previous trailers.
Has it?
Yeah, there was one
Did I just not-
in the first trailer. The Tails grabbed a red ring on oh, what's the one with the ships and on the water?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
my favorite stage from SA2.
I know what you're talking about. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I just didn't notice until now. Okay.
Yeah, red rings. And then you got the plankton boss, which is from one of. Does I want to say?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
I don't know.
It's been a long time
Plankton on
since
top.
I've seen SpongeBob. On top of what?
On
Oh,
top
on
of the
top
big
of his
robot.
butt? Yeah, I think so.
Why is he massive?
Yeah, I don't know.
Plankton's like the size of the cars.
No idea. Yeah, I don't know.
Plankton.
Also, did they swap into the 4-wheel drive on water? Yes. Huh. I don't think that's how 4-wheel drive works. but
That's.
they might be four-wheel drive, but they don't work in water like that.
How?
Yeah.
I don't know.
How does that work?
Back to the
The whole
age-old
point.
question of SpongeBob, though. How can you have water underwater?
Look, I don't know. I feel like it would have made more sense for their carts to have been the boats that they normally have in SpongeBob. But okay.
Just like a submarine or something.
They get the bus in there, the submarine bus.
Sonic and the crew breathing under here as well.
How is Sonic not freaking out?
Oh yeah. How's Sonic not under here, but like, oh gosh, I'm stuck in the water.
I'm in water. Maybe they have Sandy's dome over it.
they like expanded it to cover the entirety of it.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah, no, that's SpongeBob in there. And then at the end, it shows some other two things, and it really shows
Yes.
that Sega got the Nickelodeon deal as well.
Yeah. Stole everything from Nickelodeon.
Yeah, they got Teenage Mutant
It's
Ninja
like a
Turtles,
meh.
Mutant Mayhem. Is that a specific show?
I'm assuming so. I wouldn't know.
I have no clue. I lost track of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Yeah, so
a
did I.
long time ago. I think that might be the current show that's airing, I want to say.
It might be. I wouldn't have a clue.
And then which Avatar Legends or something?
Yeah, Avatar
What's
Legends.
that?
No idea, but it's Avatar.
It's Avatar of
Airbender
some description. All I want to see is
I feel like we
Korra
should-
riding around on her polar bear.
Yeah. We should
I'll be set.
make sure people understand it's Airbender Avatar.
And can ride on Appa.
Yes.
You fly.
I agree with this statement. That's what his board is.
Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that idea a lot. Oh, can they do a Ghibli crossover? Can they have like the cat bus?
Yes.
I want to see that. Yeah, I'm curious. I wonder if that's all for Nickelodeon though. Like, otherwise, I would have assumed they would have shown more
Yeah.
Nickelodeon stuff.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if there's more or not. Yeah, but yeah, it looks like they got the Nickelodeon deal: SpongeBob, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Avatar.
And Avatar.
Oh gosh, I was trying to brainstorm last night what else they could have done with Nickelodeon.
Though I still do think having Steve and Minecraft first was a very... It would have been better to have it last.
SpongeBob, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Avatar not seem as impressive, does it? Like,
Yeah. Would have made more sense to have it last, I think.
yeah, I think, honestly, I don't even know. Yeah, like, I could easily see, you know what? I could easily see Goku being another one.
Oh, yeah. So could I.
Because people want him in Smash all the time, and it's like, no.
People love Goku.
Therefore, Sega will be like, yes,
We'll have Goku.
we'll do it. Why not? Oh, this is gonna be a very interesting game. This does as well, because of like now there's like 4 slots taken up on the season pass. Is there only 6 in the season pass, or is it simply all they're
Yeah.
showing at the moment?
Yeah, I don't know. Because why would they release... Or not release them, but why would they show off 4 of them that quickly?
Yeah, like that is really quick. Like it's you're not giving much time for people to be excited. It doesn't even come out till September. Like,
Yeah, calm down, guys.
are they gonna show off all the DLC before the game even comes out? Like,
Exactly.
like they're doing this whole crossover thing, and it's like, oh, we can build it up like Smash Brothers does. However, you're missing the entire point of the fact that Smash Brothers does it in like such a slow way that like builds hype over 3 months or
Yeah,
such.
exactly.
Like, kind of misses the whole point.
That's what's... Yep.
No. We'll see.
I don't know.
We'll see what happens. I'm yet to actually pre-order this game. I'll get there at one point. When I was trying to look it up to pre-order it, it wasn't showing the Switch 2 version.
Oh.
And then
Okay.
I was like, well, am I actually getting it on Switch 2 or Xbox?
Ah, yeah.
And now I'm stuck in a dilemma of whether do I get on Switch 2 or Xbox.
Yeah, that's a good question.
This is the current problem I have with things. See, because I kind of want to record stuff, it means I probably need it on Xbox.
Yeah.
However, I want it on Switch. I generally want to play the games on Switch too, more than I want to play them on Xbox. However, at the same time, to record things, it's easier to use Xbox. Like,
Yeah. I don't know. It's a hard one.
And Xbox is like, it is better quality in general, which helps
Yeah.
when putting
Well,
things up with videos.
that's a given. Yeah.
I don't know. It's coming out on everything. PS5, PS4, Xbox. Simply Xbox. Switch 2,
Steam,
Switch, Steam, and yeah. It's
Epic
like
Games.
everything. Except Ubisoft.
Except for Ubisoft.
Not coming out in the App Store.
No. It's not coming out in Google Play.
You can play. Or Apple Arcade.
Yeah.
There's another Sonic game on Apple Arcade that needs to come off Apple Arcade. As far as I'm concerned. Anyway, yeah, that's that.
That is that.
Again, look out previously for a video on Hamburger Car. I realized that we were talking about it like it would be coming out in the future, however, when this comes out, it'll be out in the past.
It'll come out in the future for us, but in the past for this video.
Yeah. In the past of this video. Which means in that video, you should probably say that we'll talk about the actual trailer more in the...
Yeah.
Gosh, that's confusing sometimes.
It'll make sense.
Anyway, the last thing to talk about, and the biggest thing, which is what I'm expecting us to take forever on,
yeah,
is Donkey Kong Bananza Direct.
Indeed.
Which was amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. We're done. We're done. We finished.
There we go. Oh my goodness.
No, I better get the direct up and start skimming through. Yeah. No, that direct.
Yeah.
Wait a moment. I'll figure myself
the direct.
out. Okay, that direct
The
though.
direct was great.
This is like one of the first standalone game directs that I feel like justifies having a direct for itself.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Usually they're all like they show off like 1 or 2 new things and go for 15 minutes.
Yep.
That's it. Like, shows off everything they did again. And I was kind of worried that was going to be the same here, because like at the start of the direct, it goes through like he can jump, he can run, he can glide.
Yeah, that's exactly what it does.
Thank you. And how like it sort of subverts expectations once it starts getting to like.
It does. It gets real interesting afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. However, like first thing I guess it starts off with is like story stuff.
Yeah.
It starts off with this like Kingdom Hearts-esque like cheesy trailer song.
I thought the exact same thing.
I was like, is this Kingdom Hearts? Like, what's going on here?
Also, why is Pauline in a rock?
Yes. I guess we'll find out, because there's more of those like purple strap things later on in the game.
Obviously, it was done by the Void people. Looking at the rock, but
the Void Company. Does that mean the Void Company is a Void company?
Turns out they're actually not the antagonist. They're just there.
They're there. Well, I mean, apparently they made the whole Maelstrom thing happen that made DK go into the underground anyway.
Yeah.
What do I do? Like, why is he getting sucked up into the air when he's apparently going underground?
I don't. They summoned a Void. I don't know.
I don't know. Pauline is rock. I mean, we all knew Pauline was going to be in the game. It was leaked ages ago.
Yeah.
And then how did DK go from the starting cutscene where he shows up and having like, what are they called? The pants that he wears?
Overalls?
Overalls. How does he have overalls there? And then when he's talking to Pauline as a rock, he doesn't.
I don't know.
Pauline. Yeah, and then they do some strange singing and clapping to the beat, and then Pauline comes out of the rock.
And then Pauline is Pauline.
Pauline is Pauline. I find it funny, how does... Because, like, it shows what all the gorillas and stuff are talking, right? In the text. However, they speak with, like, a type thing.
Yeah.
Then Pauline speaks up straight English.
Yeah. Because Pauline's a human. I don't know.
How does she understand a word they're saying?
That is a good question. Did not think about that. No idea.
Bugging my brain ever since I watched this. Like, what? How does she
Maybe
know
Donkey Kong
what
has a
they're saying?
translator.
I don't get it. Oh gosh. Anyway, yeah, it's nice to see Pauline in a game in general.
Yeah, well, you know, as anything other than just singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like as like a main character in a game, it's simply nice to see Pauline around.
Yeah.
She barely gets much spotlight
She's come
anymore.
back a
I know
lot.
she's coming into her role. Like she's a main Mario Kart character now. Like she's in Odyssey. She was a good character. She was in the movie for a brief time.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah, then it covers DK's skills, which are very basic. Like he can move, run, jump.
It's Donkey
and then
Kong.
it starts talking about chunks. And it spends an uncomfortable amount of time on chunks.
Yeah.
And what you can do with
so
chunks.
weird.
Including, that's how you double jump, is using chunks.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting way to do a double jump, I must say.
Yeah, it's something.
I kind of hope, like, the only issue I would have with having the double jump as like a chunk thing is because it takes, like, there is an animation to when he pulls the chunks out of the ground.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's quicker, sometimes it's slower. However, like, if you want to do a whole bunch of different double jumps and you're on, like, some sort of material that's harder to pull out, you're going to be there for a little bit. While he slowly pulls it out, then you do the double jump, and then you pull out another one, and it's like...
And you do it again. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how well that works. And then he can slide on the chunks too, and build out of chunks if they're soft pieces of chunks.
Yes.
I don't know how sand sticks together like that. I'm assuming it's wet sand even then though. But
yeah, I don't think that's how that works anyway.
it does something. Yeah, you can slide on it and build out of it. And then Pauline can sing, which leads them.
Start singing.
However, by the looks of it, that might only be in the the easier mode, the assist mode or whatever it is.
Yeah. I
I don't
think
know,
it
it's
just
kind of
shows
hard to tell.
where to go.
However, it looks like she can sing and like get rid of those like straps thingies as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
And notice how there's like some tuning forks in the ground as well for her songs.
Yeah.
Interesting.
She just starts out untuned.
Oh gosh. Yeah, and then Donkey Kong can go to some shops and get all sorts of different things. And talk to a whole bunch of different things and people and stuff.
Ostrich, zebras,
Ostriches and zebras, yeah.
arrows.
Cranky Kong, Rambi. I mean, we know Diddy and Dixie are in the game, they show up later.
Yep.
I like that no one bats an eye to the fact that he's got like a 13-year-old girl on his shoulder.
Yeah, everyone's like, this is normal.
This is fine. And you got like the giant
never seen one of those, but that's cool.
ones where like they get the powers
Yeah.
from them. Is it done through Pauline singing? That's what it says, I think. How like it's a bit.
Yeah.
Does she sing
Yeah,
every
it is.
single time you want to transform?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a lot of singing.
Maybe she just says DK.
Yeah, no, then you can like transform into a gorilla.
Yep.
Slightly more
You go
than
from
one.
mini gorilla
and
to
a zebra.
bigger
which
gorilla.
I like the fact that, to me at least, it seems like Nintendo's gone, there's no way we can make this look right. Let's make it look as unright as possible.
Let's just make it look really weird.
Zebra
Always,
Donkey Kong looks really strange. And then
every
ostrich
time I
Donkey Kong.
see it,
Why ostrich?
I don't know. Every time I see it, they just look like they come from the Madagascar movies.
Yeah. Because they weren't ostrich though. Ostriches can't fly.
Ostriches, yeah, I don't. Also, why does the ostrich look like a vulture?
I
That
don't
actually
know.
probably would
It
have
looks
made
like
more sense as a
when he was
vulture.
like about to transform back into normal Donkey Kong, he was sitting there like dance.
Yeah.
Maybe Pauline is singing the
Singing?
whole time he's in Bonanza mode. My gosh, how is her
Maybe.
throat not
That's a
like?
lot of singing. Maybe the song just restarts. I don't know.
how's her throat not like burn
Yeah.
from the amount of stuff that she has to sing about? That's a lot. Oh gosh. Yeah, the transformations are very strange though, and I do reckon you'll probably get one per layer. If I'm
Yeah, I
interested to
think
see what
so.
other ones there are, or if that's only the
You
three
have
of
like
them.
there's
Who
little
knows?
arrows on the side where their icons are. So
Yeah, yeah,
I'm assuming you'd get more
yeah. I'm assuming you get more.
with banana energy. Banana
I must
energy.
say, it's showing off the Void Company, right? The animations in this game are amazing.
Yes, they're
They are
very
very good. Find it interesting that they named one called Grumpy Kong when they already have Cranky Kong.
They have Cranky, yeah.
I feel like they could have probably come up with a bit of a different name. Have you? Oh well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
He seems to be the one who makes all the bosses, though.
Yeah.
And then Poppy Kong's about Intel? I don't know how that plays into the story or the game at all.
No idea. Maybe she's just the one who like lets them know Donkey Kong's there.
Maybe.
Like, she's like,
Hey,
all right, guys,
there's another
he's
ape.
on the layer.
Okay, see ya.
Go start creating things.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. Possibly. She's like the little spy version. And then Void Kong,
Yeah.
which
I
does not look
honestly
like
thought
it fits
that
with the
wasn't a
name.
Kong. I thought it just wasn't even a Kong to begin with. I was like,
Yeah.
what gremlin movie
He's
did he
a
come
bit of
from?
a smaller monkey, he is.
Thought he was a gremlin.
He's a funny little monkey.
Thought he was a Gizmo
He's got
gremlin.
full gold teeth, which that would be very heavy.
And hurt a lot.
Yeah, he seems to want all the gold. I'm yet to figure out what their full motivation is.
What is
though.
their motive here?
Yeah, exactly. Like, what are they
I mean, I guess
doing?
we'll
They
find
want to go to
out,
the
but-
core. For what reason?
Why? Like, what's in the core?
Yeah.
Is the core
And then,
liquid
like,
gold?
There's stuff as well where like they say they want to go to the planet core, and then Pauline's like, no, I'm going with Donkey Kong. Why can't you all go? Like,
What if you all just went to the core? Yeah.
assuming there's a story reason behind it, however, it's still
Yeah. Out of context, it's just
it's like
kinda
these guys
what?
like are battling over this one thing that they can share. It's like, okay, sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh gosh, how come Donkey Kong, with all the bananas he's seen in his life, gets mesmerized by any banana that he sees?
No idea.
It's amazing. How does he do this to himself? Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, yeah, that's the Void Company. Very strange. Once you defeat a boss, though, it doesn't like it had the bananas go up in the air. However, it didn't look like DK picked up the big bananas.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what that is. However, it creates a sinkhole which makes you fall very far down.
Yep.
I like that the sinkholes are like playable sections
Yeah,
that
that's
you can
nice.
do things in. That's yeah, it's a very nice thing. It's not simply like a loading screen or something.
Yeah, that's
And then you got the big bananas, lots of big bananas.
all
With
of the bananas.
banandiums, whatever they call them.
Banan...
Banandium gems. There's a lot of things named
Yeah.
after bananas in this game.
Yeah.
Do apes, do
Banana.
gorillas eat bananas?
I think so, but that's not all they eat.
Because that's not the first thing I think of when I think of gorilla. That's maybe the first thing I think of when I think of like general monkey. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, then they show off the challenge course ruins, which are basically essentially normal levels.
Yep.
Which is nice. I noticed that there's some 2D ones as well that are basically like
Yeah.
normal Donkey Kong levels. Like 2D Donkey Kong level games, like stuff.
They
Minecart
have
sections
the
and all that.
minecart back.
Like that. They spend a lot of time on the challenge course ruin. Like,
Yeah,
parts
they
of the
do.
video though.
They do.
However, it looks like maybe, I don't know if there's any bosses in it as well. There's one where you have to like destroy the original Donkey Kong, kind of.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat. And then there's something unimaginable for a Nintendo platformer. Skill points. And a
Skill
pretty
point.
like beefy looking skill, like not necessarily like a massive skill tree, however, like
It's-
there's a lot of stuff there.
Yeah.
A lot more than like Sonic Frontiers or something, where like you can get that thing done within
There's like 6.
sitting.
Yeah.
And then even after that, it looks like there's like different levels of things. I'm assuming it's like you've got stuff at the top and then everything below. Oh no, it looks like you can upgrade them multiple times.
Yeah, I think it's just a... You've got like a general amount of skills, and then you've got levels down that you can
Yeah.
boost them with.
Well, because like if you look at the heart one, the first heart one, it's got like 2 bars on it instead of 1 bar.
Yeah, it does.
Which tells me that you might be able to upgrade your health to add more hearts.
Yeah.
Interesting enough. There's a lot of things. Then there's outfits, which as well have their own stats. If you want like the I don't know, the fastest Donkey Kong ever, I don't know, upgrade all the speed and then get the speed possible or something, I guess.
Speedy Donkey Kong.
There's a lot, yeah, there's a lot to this game, which is actually nice to see. It's nice to see that the
nice.
costumes do something, because these like this is essentially the same as Odyssey's costume system. However, except
Yeah.
Odyssey's ones don't do a thing.
They're just kind of there.
But yeah, you can do both. You can customize both Pauline and Donkey Kong, which is funny, I think.
Yeah.
I like that a lot of Donkey Kong's costumes are simply different colored fur.
Yeah.
Like, okay. There's a part where Donkey
Like,
Kong's dancing and spinning in a ball. Yep.
I'm not sure why.
But there's chests as well, isn't there? That gives you maps. There's a lot in
Yep.
this game.
There is.
And then there's like the big main map. And like it's very well detailed. Like it is literally the
It is.
stage, except zoomed out, essentially. It reminds me of
Yeah,
like
including-
Mario 64 stages, where like that it like you can clearly see while running through them that they're like on like a floating island or something.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
It even shows all of like the dents that you've made.
Yeah, exactly. This is really good. And then you can play music, including the DK rap, because why not? In these little burrows that you can
Yeah.
like make and live in, which is very interesting. Then there's photo mode,
there's-
which it doesn't even really come as a surprise anymore in Nintendo games.
A lot of things have photo mode.
Yeah. Oh gosh. The elevator?
Yeah.
That's funny.
It looks like Mementos.
Yeah. Yeah, you could like call out to go back up layers. You can go in the giant eel, or you can teleport. I think it would have been even more better if it was eelaport. However, oh well.
Yeah, Eelport would have been fun.
You can teleport to different places on the map. This is your fast travel. Yeah, you can go your photo mode. So it's a funny thing. You got co-op, which is very similar to like Odysseys and
Co-op.
Galaxies co-op, where the second player is much more limited. However, it can
Yeah.
do things to help. It's like the
Yep.
it's like the little sibling mode essentially. It's like
Yeah, pretty much.
they get to do something. Not to mention, it looks like Pauline's like voice ones absolutely destroy bosses.
Yeah. Pauline's
Oh my gosh.
overpowered, actually.
And then you can do game share, which is great and all. And it's funny because you can do this one with like this. You can game share with this one with the Switch One, right?
Yeah.
You can't game share at all, as far as I'm aware, in Mario Kart World.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's very strange.
They're very selective with which ones they seem to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't it'd be good for someone who simply wants to sit there and be a sidekick. I do that all the time in games.
Yeah.
Like this. Well, at least someone else do the main stuff. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, then there's assist mode, which helps with like hearts and damage and all that sort of stuff. Then there's randomly DK Artist,
Yeah, I'm not even...
where you can sculpt things out of like clay and stuff and paint it and change the materials and
Painting.
there's a lot going on. This looks like It reminds me a lot of Mario 64's face, except now it's clay.
Yeah.
It is such a strange thing to have. However, it uses like the mouse as well, which is
I
interesting.
needed something in there for the mouse controls. It
Oh,
wasn't
probably.
just like play it.
So they're
to
like, oh, we don't have anything to use the mouse.
add something in real quick.
Yeah. And then you got the new amiibo coming out, which looks kind of funny looking. Not gonna lie.
It is a bit weird.
I think it's to do with the nose. I don't know what's going on with that nose. It looks like it has one nostril right in the center.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. And then Donkey Kong amiibo, get you some special things. And then any other amiibo gives you certain balls to use in situations, which is neat. It's an interesting way to do amiibo support. It's funny how Nintendo like seem to like go back and forth on what does support amiibo and how much they support it, and
yeah.
Because why does Mario Kart World not support amiibo? Why can you not like put the amiibo down of a character you haven't unlocked yet and like unlock it or something? Like
Yeah, it's very weird.
It's very strange. However, and then there's like the last piece of music during the montage of the game, and the music is really good in this game. Like I don't know if you noticed how throughout a lot of the trailers, like different songs sung by Pauline.
Yeah.
This is really good. Yeah, and then there's like a part where like Donkey Kong's like racing against Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong on Rambi. Oh yeah, that's Bananza.
Yeah.
My gosh, there's a lot in that game. It simply
There
kept
is
going.
so much. There's a lot happening.
Lot in this game, and it goes back to the pricing stuff of like, why is Mario Kart World the more expensive game out of the two? I'd rather both of them be the cheaper
Honestly,
enough.
I don't
cheaper,
know.
However, like,
Yeah, if one of them had to have been expensive, it would have been this one.
Donkey Kong had way more going for it.
It
I don't know.
does.
It's really strange. The fact that you can destroy the like basically most of the world as well. That's simply neat.
Yeah.
Like that. Any final thoughts on it though?
It looks good.
Yeah, it does look good. Look very good. And the funny thing is we probably can't afford to get it yet.
Yep.
When it comes out. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, other than that though, I think what's the podcast? The podcast, the poll up
The
to.
podcast. We got 3 votes. We're rating the Donkey Kong Direct.
Yeah.
Someone said it was good. And then 2 other people said bananas.
Bananas good. I haven't heard anyone saying it's bad or they dislike it or anything.
Neither have I.
Generally favourable.
Yeah. Well liked.
Yeah. Oh. Anyway, what will our poll be for next week?
For this week?
For this week, for next week, for our up, down, left, right.
Well, yeah. I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. However, I believe that is all from us because we have to go do more recording yet. I believe that's all from us.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching and listening, and we shall be back in the next one. Cheers, everyone.
Goodbye.